Hello, I am Paul Ndiho. Today on Different Perspectives, we are digging into a big story. Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo just signed a peace deal in Washington, D.C., brokered by President Donald Trump. It's being called historic, but will it actually change anything on the ground? I speak with Gisele Busima, a Congolese-American entrepreneur and a fierce advocate for victims of conflict. She shares her deeply personal connection with this crisis and why she believes that President Trump's involvement could be a turning point. It's personal, it's emotional, and a side story you won't hear anywhere else. Welcome to Different Perspectives.
Thank you.
Let's start with the latest news.
Mhm.
The DRC and Rwanda signed one of the biggest, deals ever in Washington, D.C., a deal that would bring a semblance of peace and stability in Eastern DRC. You have been privy to some of the workings of this deal previously. What would you say about this deal?
I am originally from that part of the country, so I know a lot. My cousins have been displaced, killed, raped over the last 30 years. So it's something that has affected me and my family personally. And this signature on Friday meant a lot to all of us. I mean, but particularly the people of the eastern part of Congo.
Will this bring about a peace in the DRC?
I read the statement on the State Department website. What they're telling us looks pretty good. Now, then I think the most crucial part will be to put it in place now. Yes, that will be crucial. And I hope that both leaders will be mature enough. But I hope that they will be mature enough to put this in execution and make sure that it happens. And I will take advantage of this opportunity to thank President Trump for making this happen. And I hope that he gets his Nobel Peace Prize.
As a result of this, well said. A lot of people from where you come from there look at President Trump. They admire President Trump, and I'm glad that he's able to do this for the Congolese
That's
people.
right.
The Congolese have
Yeah.
suffered for a very, very long time. You are a fan of President Trump yourself.
I am.
What does this deal really mean for the people in DRC, for people like you who have been fans of President Donald Trump?
It means a lot that an American president has taken time to look into this particular issue, this genocide that has been going on for years and years. It means a lot to me personally because I started following President Trump years ago, but really changed. I'm a Democrat. I was a registered Democrat, but changed my affiliation in 2016 and went with President Donald Trump because of his views, because of his foreign policies. And he is a president, a leader who is not afraid to tell the truth. He's one of the best, actually, I will say the best president that this country, the United States of America, has ever had. And this term, he's becoming one of the best presidents, US president that the world will ever see.
Oh, I like that. I like the fact that you are breaking news right here on this show. You are saying that you changed your affiliation from being a Democrat to a Republican, and now you are not just a fan of President Trump, but you are suggesting that perhaps President Trump, this could be a moment that President Donald Trump goes down in history as
That's
one
right.
of the most consequential leaders of the United States.
Yes, and that's true. He will be. He will leave a great legacy behind him in 2018.
To your point, there are a lot of people who think that this deal did not come sooner enough. There's been a lot of hurt, there's been a lot of killings, there's been a lot of displacements. I've been to that region several times. I was last there in 2023
Mm.
in the DRC. I was in Goma. And I can tell you that what I saw there, I would not wish it on anybody. A
It's
lot of
awful.
people are hurting. Do you think this deal that was signed here in the United States will bring closure to the suffering, will bring closure to that, the killings that we've seen over the years,
The
the
displacements, the
displacement?
rapes.
Yes.
Mm. It's crucial, it's imperative that our leaders, I'll start with President Tshisekedi, alongside with President Kagame, to put this place, they have to have the right strategy and execute this deal that they've signed. And there are specific steps that they have to take in order for this to come to pass. President Tshisekedi knows definitely that there are internal issues as well. I am a victim of that. I am a victim of that. And I'm grateful to be alive today. But the country is torn apart within. We have to start fixing that first in order for all of us to be successful. President Trump has done his part. The Qataris have done their part as well. Macron, I heard he wanted to do something, a follow-up meeting. But we have to start from the root cause. We have to look into the root causes of these wars, of these group rebels. We have to know exactly why they've been able to thrive, to exist for more than 30 years. And today, being from the eastern part of Congo, it's like being an outcast. We are being marginalized. There's xenophobia going on in the country. Many leaders will deny that, but that's a fact. I am speaking from a place of a victim of the politics that they put in place in 2019.
How about our critics who said that this is not the first time we've seen intervention? We've had intervention from the SADC community. We've had intervention from the East
Eastern
African
African community.
community. We've had intervention from the UN. The UN has been there for more than 25 years, and nothing has been able to bring about peace and stability
Peace.
in Eastern DRC. What changes now?
No, we have to start from the scratch again for us to have sustainable peace, quiet, and for everyone to just live peacefully in the eastern part of the DRC. We have to sit down on the table as one people and look at the root causes of this issue. Okay, number one. Number two, with this signature, I hope that they'll be, I'm not going to say afraid enough to now put an end to these atrocities. But the only way out, or the only way that this peace treaty will be successful, is for President Tshisekedi to organize an internal, I will say maybe medicine, that we have to do a diagnosis. We have to go into the root causes and try to bring the people together. And then we'll be able. Congolese have to stick together. They have to unite, and then execute what was signed on Friday at the White House.
I've been talking to a lot of people in the DRC, especially in that part where there is conflict, and people are kind of skeptical. They said, we've had these deals, or we've seen these deals signed before. Yes, they are going to sign. Somebody is going to come and take the minerals. Us, the ordinary people, are not going to get anything. Does this deal change anything? Does that bring anything for these people who are caught up?
The locals,
The women that you talked about, you said you're a victim. There are a lot of women who have to bear the brunt of the war because of what has been happening over the last 30 years in Eastern DRC. Can this deal bring something to their pockets? Can these mineral resources uh, maybe contribute to their well-being in Eastern DRC?
President Tshisekedi was the first one to approach the US regarding this deal, the mineral deal. That being said, I'm sure with his team, they worked on something that put the locals first to find ways whereas they will get maybe good schools, education system, healthcare, and of course the environment side of the issue as well. Because right now we have mining companies in the DRC that have been exploiting for years and years, then dumping their chemicals in the rivers, and people are drinking, the locals drinking, and they're ending up sick. That's another side of it, too. People are getting sick, they're getting cancer, and no one is looking after them. So I hope that President Tshisekedi, with his team, were wise enough to make sure that the locals were covered.
I've been to Masisi, where most of these minerals come from.
Beautiful
I've been
place.
to Rushuru. I've been to Bunagana, Goma itself. When I've talked to the women, when I've talked to the young people, when I've talked to the men who are caught up, they have no hope. No hope. Can this deal bring about at least a semblance of hope for those people who have been caught up in these clashes?
If we go about it the way we're going, it's not going to bring peace or anything. President Tshisekedi has once again to put all of us on the table and stop this xenophobia that has been created over the past, I would say, maybe 4 years or so. We have to stop that. Okay? I'm scared to go to the Congo today. And I'm sure people that are in Rutshuru or Masisi, where you have been, they wouldn't even try to go to Kinshasa because they know the minute they land at the airport, they will be put in jail. They will be set apart. They will disappear. Okay, so we have to work on that first of all, and then maybe that will bring hope along the way. It's not hard to do. Congolese people are very loving, understanding. We just have to put an end to this politics of theirs that they put in place. Rwanda is killing this and that. Whoever gave him that idea misled him in a terrible way. Now he ended up killing his own people.
There are a lot of Congolese of Rwandan descent who live in that part of the country. When I speak to them, they tell me that when they meet their fellow countrymen or women who are from different parts of the country,
The Congo.
they just don't like them. They think that they are Rwandese, they should go back to Rwanda. And yet these people have no other place other than Congo that they call home. How can maybe this deal or the government in power, the politicians who are there, stop this?
I am from a father who comes from Bunyakiri in South Kivu. My mom was Mushi from the DRC, from Nyangezi.
Okay.
That's her village,
Mhm.
South Kivu. But it didn't stop them to tell the whole world that I was a Rwandese spy. I was a Rwandese citizen, and I was a Rwandese spy because of my origins. I don't know any other country besides the US and the DRC. I was born in the Congo, as I told you, from a Congolese father and a Congolese mother. But yet, this government didn't hesitate to portray me as a Rwandese and a Rwandese spy. So that is the root cause of the problem. I'm gonna go back again to plead with Mr. Chisekedi to put an end to this atrocious politics. They have to stop that. It has broken the country into many pieces. We are very skeptical now. Swahili phones are being hunted. Now you bringing this deal to the table. How do you expect us? Because most of those natural resources are found in the eastern part of the country. But yet you are killing us. You are marginalizing us. Yes, he has some people from the east working with him, but the majority of us, we are dying in prisons. We are being kidnapped, sequestrated for no apparent reason, but because we are from the eastern part of Congo or we speak Swahili. It's a fact. There are proofs.
Let's focus a little bit more on the point you just made there. You just said you are a victim. What do you mean exactly?
What I mean is that on September 30th, 2024, I was kidnapped from the office, taken to Demiap, and then I was put into a hotel room from that day on until November 22nd, 2024. I was never told like about what I did wrong, what I was accusing, I was being accused of, or what they were holding me, I would say, hostage for. Nothing. But then I found out later on that they were accusing me of being a Rwandese spy. I was working for M23. I was working for Corneille Nangaa, the head of AFC, which was nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. Defamations.
You just said that you were kidnapped against your will. Are you in a position to name some names here? Do you have evidence to that effect to suggest that you are actually kidnapped and deprived of your basic human rights? They
I was
kidnapped you.
emotionally, mentally, physically tortured while in sequestration at Castello Hotel in room 202. I was. When I said that I was kidnapped, there was no mandate, nothing. Okay? There was nothing. I was taken to Demiap Kitambo, where they asked me a few questions about my personal life. Okay? And then they took me to the General Ndaiwel. Actually, I should mention that I sued the government of the Congo over this horrible experience that I went through. And then I started with Minister Muyaya, who's the actual Minister of Communication in the Congo, and General Ndaiwel, who's his friend, and Colonel Ralph Muzimba, who came to my office and kidnapped me with 12 soldiers, 5 in civil clothes, and the rest were in army uniform. I was never accused of anything up to today.
You know, you just mentioned some names, and as a journalist, so one of my jobs is to make sure that in the event that those people are not there to say their side of the story, I have to play that part. You just called out some people, some names. If I was to talk to those people, would they agree with what you're saying?
Those
For what
people will
reason would they
say,
kidnap you?
they say that I was Rwandese. I was a Rwandese spy. I worked for Corneille Nangaa. And then the last one was I was working with M23. That's what they will tell you. There's no proof whatsoever. Patrick Muyaya's lawyer even acknowledged the fact that they didn't have anything on me. Therefore, they were forced to let me go. My family didn't know where I was. I had no contact with the outside world. I didn't know what I was accused of. I was just there, tortured. I was being tortured. And I'm still going through that.
I'm trying to be very careful how we deal with this subject here because these are very personal
I,
issues, right?
issues.
Uh, I would definitely would like to have maybe Patrick Muyaya get his point of view across as well,
Sure,
and I think it would be
sure,
fair to do that.
sure,
But
sure.
based on your story, uh, at least for you are able to come out and tell your story. How many women in the DRC are subjected to this kind of thing and they don't even have a voice?
That's where I told myself and I promised my fellow Swahili phones that I met while in sequestration that I will be the voice of the voiceless. There was one lady that I know of for sure that was kidnapped from Goma on February 14th, 2024, taken to Kinshasa, and she was released after me in December of 2024. But she went through a lot. I'm not going to tell her story here, but at the end of it all, she ended up being their sex slave. Okay. But there are many, many, many women that are there for no apparent reason. And they're being abused, they're being raped by their bureaus, by the people that arrested them. They are being raped in their offices. They'll go into the jail cells, take them out, bring them into their offices and sleep with them and then send them back into the. They don't have sanitary pads. These women are suffering.
From doing my research about you, and you you are a successful woman in DRC. You had successful businesses, successful consultants firms. What happened to your business empire?
I lost everything because people canceled all the contract that we had started working on. But I know one day I'll go back and give back to my country because that's what took me to the DRC in the first place.
If President Kisekedi was watching this and listening to you, what's your message to him?
President Tshisekedi, Rwanda is not killing us. We are killing ourselves. Be careful of the sweet talks of your collaborators. Bring all of us together. You are our president. Now I'm speaking as a Congolese citizen. You are our president. You are not a president of just a certain people, certain tribes. You are our president. Bring us together. Put an end to these heinous crimes. Stop arresting Swahili phones. Please bring us together. Put the country back together. Please, President Tshisekedi, get rid of those people. You are a good man. Your wife is my mom. She knows the Kishambos. I am not a typical Congolese woman. I am a Congolese-American. And I speak my mind and I stand for the truth. What I will ask other women to do, Congolese, especially victims of this regime, or I will say domestic abuse, whatever you name it, to gather the courage and come out and tell their stories. They have to tell their side of the stories. They shouldn't feel bad. They shouldn't feel ashamed. I know our culture tends to judge us. Me, they call me all kind of names, but that's not going to change the truth. It's not going to change the facts. Facts are facts. If they did you wrong, they arrested you wrongly, arbitrarily. If they raped you, of course, once your liberty is taken, it automatically it is torture, and it's a life change that you don't want to experience in your life. But I know that I'll come out of it a better diamond, a sunnier diamond. So I'm asking other women to stand up strong, come up and talk, share your stories, line up behind me and share your stories, please. Okay, please, ladies. Let's face them. Stand for the truth. Come up and speak. Speak up.
speak out. I guess we'll end it there. Thank you so much for your
That's
time,
right.
Gisele.
Thank you.
Gisele Busima is a Congolese-American entrepreneur based in the United States. We want to know what you think about the peace deal signed in Washington, D.C. Share your comments in the comment section below. Of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Paul Ndiho on X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, and YouTube.